talking real loud, spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Poppin' can is swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Poppin' can is swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Poppin' can is swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Nobody knows why liars lie. Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. It's God's side and the other side. Country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good, who became it and look like Mr. Potato Head.
I didn't want to be a movie star.
No, you couldn't be a movie star. Ricky Smiley can't act, cause Ricky Smiley can't act. Why is he in a dress again? He didn't be wanting to Barbie, and you gotta tell him no. Sid ain't got no special, you remember? Eve ain't got no special, you remember? Ricky ain't got no special, you remember? Sir, I have 12 comedy specials. P. Diddy or whoever you is, TVJ, 20 of them. I won't stop burning you down until there ain't nothing left. Rubble on top of rubble, and I'll still be bombing. Look like a wall, Richard. Look like a wall. You didn't say no. Look like a wall, Richard. Look like a wall. You didn't say no.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your Saturday Vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so I have a few updates on the Romeca Meeks Blackmon case. Her child's father, Carlos Way, came back to social media. He had been gone for some days, and here he comes back, crashing out, talking crazy, and very upset and pressed. Okay, so we're going to get into it, but before we do, let's have a brief word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
All right, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes Hair Oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com, and she sells beard oil as well. Okay, so let's get into it. Hello, Juju. Michi is in the house. All right, Claudette is here, Pretty Wings. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, Cyrus. All right. Mel is here. Trisha. Okay. Meek is in the house. All right. Dangerous. We the people. Okay. So shout out. Hey, Cookie. Shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. Y'all know I love me some Loyal Royals. Abdul is here. Okay. Trisha. Okay. So with that all been said, let's get ready to get into it. Now, first off, I went on their Facebook pages. Carlos, someone by the name of Jaleesa No, as well as Quadri Sanford's, okay, and someone also called Travel Island. Okay, so I got some of the posts from those pages. So we're going to talk about it. But first, let me say this. This is what is now being said, and I find this all very interesting. Hey, Cushion Commentary, beloved, Gwendolyn, Ladybug. Okay, so here's the thing. They're now saying that, remember that restraining order that Romeca supposedly had against Carlos. Okay, so Carlos supposedly, and this is all alleged because the police aren't saying this. This is things that family and friends are saying. Okay, now with that all being said, the police aren't saying much, in fact, but there is still an ongoing investigation. So anyway, with that all being said, oh God, what was I about to say? I clearly lost my train of thought. Okay, so hopefully it'll come back to me. But anyway, we're going to get into these receipts. Oh, here's what I was going to say. Okay, so Carlos talked Romeca into dropping the restraining order, supposedly around sometime in July, is what people are saying. But also, it has now come out, and I don't know if this is true or not. I haven't been able to verify it, but sources are saying that Carlos absolutely planned this. He had it all mapped out because Romeca and Carlos were going to court October the 8th for domestic violence, and he was facing some jail time. Okay, because he already has a lengthy criminal history. For those of you who remember, I showed you the charges that he had, and some of them were domestic violence and all of that. One of them was gun related. He's like a whole gun offender who has to report annually. Okay, so they were going to court because of his domestic abuse, supposedly. And Romeca was the one that's going to, of course, have to testify. So that could have been motivation to also get rid of Romeca, not to mention she didn't want anything to do with him. And we know she didn't want anything to do with him because she had a restraining order in the first place, but also because she changed her address, changed her phone number. And here's the thing. One of her coworkers even said that because he used to pop up at her job and her school and her son's school when he couldn't get in touch with her, okay, and he was so mad about it, that Romeca started parking her car about 5 blocks from her job, and she would walk to work. Okay, from 5 blocks away. So this man would not know that she was at work. So if he pulled up at her job and he's in the parking lot, he wouldn't see her car and would maybe just think she wasn't there. That's how bad it got. And let's not forget that I told you all a couple of days ago that he admitted that he ratted on her to her employer trying to get her fired. Okay, and then tried to justify his BS. Okay, so the fact that we now know that he has a court date October the 8th, and Romeca, it was about his domestic violence against Romeca, and then Romeca dies conveniently September the 8th, exactly 1 month before he goes to court. Another thing is, Romeca died at 10:23 a.m. after she was at the hospital. She was pronounced deceased at the hospital. So I want you all to think about this. That means that when Romeca was lying on the ground, bleeding out, and Carlos was fist pumping Holly, the killer, Romeca likely heard that. She likely heard them talking. She likely heard Holly on the phone lawyering up, likely heard Holly saying, "Oh, but I'm licensed to carry. It was self-defense. Don't snitch." because they were telling the witnesses at the scene not to snitch. The witness said that, if you remember, when I played the audio, said that Holly called her a snitch bee or something like that. But if this is self-defense, why are you worried about someone snitching? It would seem to me that if it was actually self-defense, you would want the witnesses to speak on what they saw. Okay? So that would help substantiate your claims of self-defense. Okay? So clearly this was all planned and calculated. Another thing that I found out is that, I was wondering, because I'm like, this is not making any sense. When they said that Holly had a restraining order against Romeca, now then they say Romeca and Holly never met until the day of the murder. So I'm like, well, wait a minute. If they never met or they never had any altercation, and then people are saying that Holly or Romeca never put hands on Holly, how is it that she got this restraining order? So here's what they're saying. They're saying that Carlos, in his plot to set Romeca up, because clearly that's what he was doing, when Romeca would call him, because remember, he couldn't call her because she changed her number. And Romeca was still allowing him to keep his son. Even though she wanted nothing to do with him, she was not depriving him of access to their son. So with that all being said, when Romeca would call him to let him know where to meet her, that he could come get the son or whatever, then she would, of course, block her number. So she's calling from a private number, okay, likely. And so Carlos would let Holly answer the phone because he knew it was Romeca calling. So when Holly's answering the phone, guess what she's doing? She's talking slick to Romeca to get Romeca upset. Now they get into an argument and heated words are exchanged, but Holly is recording Romeca. Now, if you're the person during the recording, of course, you're going to say things that really don't make you seem as if you're being hostile or aggressive. You're going to talk in a manner that makes you seem like you're just, listening to this person go off on you. And I'm sure that Holly didn't start the recording until she pissed Romeca off on purpose to provoke her to anger. So she's recording this stuff or whatever, unbeknownst to Romeca. And this is likely what they're saying she used to get the restraining order, because who knows? Did Romeca threaten her? Did Romeca say, I'm going to beat your A? Who knows what Romeca said when you're in a heated phone conversation, okay? So maybe that's how she was able to get the restraining order, because that's what people are saying, that he was planning this all along, letting Holly answer the phone and all of that. And I really feel like that more than ever, that he did get Holly to do his dirty work, okay? So with that all being said, let's get into some of these receipts. Mel says they were stalking Romeca. Yes, absolutely they were. At least Carlos was, and that's why she needed that restraining order. Now, Dangerous says police hopefully are just building their case so the DA can bring charges. They have to know this. They definitely know about the court appearance. Exactly, beloved. Okay? Exactly. Okay, so now let's share these receipts. Okay, so this is from someone by the name of Brittany Nicole. She says, I wasn't going to, and I think I actually showed this one to you all before, but just for anyone who missed it. She says, I wasn't going to speak on this, but I used to work with Romeca. That man used to drop her off, putting his hands on her, 100, pushing her out of the car, all type of ish. I literally took her to the bathroom one time and helped her straighten herself up before we went into work. 100 ish be crazy for real, for real. So mind you, this is a coworker saying that they've witnessed him putting hands on her. The fact that he was putting hands on her in public, right at her job where a coworker could see it, just lets you know how violent he really was, because at least you would think that he would be doing these things behind closed doors. But if you're to the point that you're literally beating somebody up, putting your hands on them in front of other people, not giving a darn who sees, well, that lets me know that it's habitual, that you're doing this on a regular basis, 9 times out of 10. Let's not forget the picture I showed you of Romeca with a black eye. Okay, but he wants to post videos or get Quadre Sanford, his friend, to post videos trying to paint Romeca as the aggressor. Okay, so then someone says the same people, this is a guy named Ed Manchik. Now, he also saw Carlos about to put hands on Romeca. He says the same people that I saw last week. He was trying to fight her then in her uniform after dropping off her son, because I stopped. Like, he bet not hit that little ass lady. Okay, so these are all different people who really have nothing to do with the incident, but these are people that have witnessed Carlos putting his hands on Romeca. So we know that he was violent, okay, and we see why Romeca didn't want anything to do with him. And they have been together for 10 years. Another thing is, they say that Holly was calling, antagonizing Romeca. Okay, and that's probably another reason Romeca got her phone number changed as well, because Holly would call Romeca and say things like, "Oh, I left my robe in Carlos's closet," just trying to keep up mess. Okay, probably thinking that'll tick Romeca off. She'll leave Carlos alone, and now she can have him all to herself. But the sad thing for her is, yeah, Romeca did leave him alone, but Carlos didn't just want Holly. Okay, he wanted Romeca because he seems like he was obsessed, if you ask me. Okay, now this was a post on Carlos's page. It says, "My mama was facing," this is what a person named Jeremy posted about his mom and a self-defense case, right? But look what Carlos said in response to it after he reposted it. He said, "Free at last." Okay, now this was posted June 30th. And guess what? Didn't they say that Holly got her license to carry, okay, the end of June, and then filed a restraining order on Romeca in July? Is this where Carlos got the idea for the self-defense theory? It could be. Okay, so the man says, "My mama was facing 6 to 30 years for self-defense, shooting on a grown-ass man who thought he was a bully. Real deal, witnessed with my own eyes. Family members give statements against my mom, shaking my effing head. Now, they offered her a 9-year cop-out sentence. I told they ass no. We fighting it. After almost 2 years, they finally dropped the whole case. Thanks to the Most High and the ones who stood by us." And like I said, Carlos says free at last, because he took that to say, oh, so if you claim self-defense, even if you're a cold-blooded killer, maybe you can get off. Now, this is what Carlos posted 14 hours ago. See you content creators, or he says creates, but he means creators. See you content creators just trying to get likes and views. You honored because I told you to take me off your page with them false narratives, shaking my head. And then this person responds saying, "Hey, look, everybody, look at whose attention I got. I feel so honored. Carlos Losos Way told me to take him off of my page. He's really mourning and grieving over Romeca, the premeditated and blatant murder that he conspired." Answer this, Carlos. If Quadeja had multiple restraining orders against Romeca, then why the F were you and Quadeja Holly Johnson at the school together? 60 years of life experience and over 20 years of law enforcement experience. You can fool everyone else, but not me. You two planned that and got away with murder. For now. Okay, this is someone who works in law enforcement, letting them know what time it is. He said they got away with it for now. Because I do believe that the police or the prosecution, the DA's office is quietly building their case. Okay, now Carlos says, "Y'all goofy ass making cartoons and AI videos. This ish ain't no effing entertainment. Y'all keep that same energy." Then he said, "Y'all ain't let me grieve or nothing. I hate all y'all bitches." Okay, then he says, "A lot of people really been saying crazy ish to me. Y'all don't know me. I did everything for you. I ain't even brag about it or want the credit. Your mom knows." Hashtag Meeks. And this is clearly a message to his son, I do believe, because he posted videos of him and the son. Now, this is another post from Carlos. He said, basically, he's talking about what Romeca did before she recorded me. If y'all knew what she did before she recorded me, y'all would be like, for real? But the moral of the story, I went up to her job and told her boss on her because she supposed to have been at work or been on the clock. I loved her, but he basically said, y'all know she stayed on my ass. Okay, now this is also from a day ago. His B-day is on the 28th in a couple of days. He don't need no donations. If y'all let his father be in his life, I will pay for everything. Well, no, thank you, sir. They don't want anything from you, and nor does little Carlos, okay, little Los. Because here's the thing. Little Los's birthday is, in fact, tomorrow. This will be his first birthday without his mother there. And it's really so sad. And Carlos thinks that they want him to attend and want him to pay for anything. I'm sure they don't. Okay, now this is what he said to the person who calls themselves Travel Island. Okay, he says, "Who the F is this? You've been posting every day. Your page is for content. Your page was dry as hell. You making money. Give that money to Tina McMiller." That's Romeca's mom. "Or to my son. B, you doing too much posting, address and numbers. I'm going to find out who you are." That sounds like a thinly veiled threat. He says, I'm going to find out who you are. Now, the reason he's upset is because this is the person who posted his sister's address. Okay? This is the person who dropped his sister's address and let everybody know where they were staying. All right, so clearly he's pressed about that. I did have that picture. Hold on for a second, beloveds. Okay, I'll go back to that because I actually have the picture of the sister's residence. Hold on real quick. Just give me a second. Okay, we'll skip past that. I don't want to get sidetracked. Okay, now this is from someone named Deco DeCoby. He says, Dear Carlos Losos Way and Quadasia Holly Johnson, stop hiding and come outside. We miss the both of you. I'm not gonna jump you or anything. Look, he has a picture of a knife too. He says, I just want to talk. That's all. Pinky swear. Now, if you ask me, this is somebody letting him know that he better watch his back because they're in Chicago and we already know the violence in Chicago. Some people are ready to do damage if they don't get any justice. Some people are talking about street justice. Okay, now Latasha Whiting Brownlee says, all ninjas do is lie. They say they love you, but lie about simple ass ish. Okay, then get mad at you when you find out the truth. And y'all wonder why y'all can't find a good woman? Because y'all lie. And then this is a picture of Holly that they posted. It says, I'm the jealous bitch that murdered Romeca Meeks. And of course, Holly doesn't like that. And where is Holly? Because they're saying she's going off the grid, hiding out somewhere, posting fake locations, trying, in fact, to pretend that she's on a whole vacation. Girl, who's going on vacation when they're, just killed somebody a couple of weeks ago? Okay, and this is what Carlos said, take me off your page. Now, Travel Island says, your time coming. Romeca got supports all over this here internet, from Facebook to Instagram to YouTube to TikTok. Everybody's speaking on you. Not just me. Put Romeca name in your face. Everywhere the story I'm telling. You will be arguing all day with people. I'm not the only one, but since a new family member sent me these, I'll post them. It's so much I have, even stuff from her job and your son's school. All the times you popped up there making a scene. Don't make me post them. Your story don't add up because you ain't telling it. You ain't telling it. Everybody who know you is, and you're evil. So, there's a lot of people really talking about how he was coming up to Romeca's school because, she was going to school to be an RN. He was coming up to her job and then going to their son's job as well. That's why he was there that day, probably. Okay. This person says, me looking at Carlos Losos Way and all of his mad ass people stalking my public page because I'm spitting the facts, giving me more views and a bigger payout that I didn't ask for. Keep stalking my page. I'm loving it. Yeah, because Carlos's family and friends are going on this guy's page talking trash about the stuff that he's posting. Now, this is from Carlos. It says his B-Day is on the 28th in a couple of days. Okay, we already read that part where he's talking about he's going to pay for everything. Then he says, y'all goofy ace making the cartoons and the AI. This ish ain't no effing entertainment. Y'all keep that same energy. And then he talked about how they won't let him grieve. Okay, I read these already. Okay, now, Quadri Sanford. This is the fool who was posting all of those videos trying to make Romeca out to be the bad guy, trying to make her look like she was the one, being out of pocket. He says, I respect real fathers over everything. And then he reposts Carlos's birthday post about Little Los. Okay, so Quadri says, damn, did I piss in her Cheerios? And that's because this person named Drill said, why I had a dream that Romeca family jumped Quadri. Mind you, I know none of these people. Okay, and then Quadri also says, I'm not listening to no fake ass community activists. Y'all allow fake ish to get out and sit at the end of the day. Y'all claiming peace and this and peace that, and y'all be the main reason ish still going on in our fake city, in our city. I'm sorry, in our city. Fake ass big homies. I'm sick of ninjas mad at me. And let's not forget how he came to the internet crying days ago because people were calling him out about being so nefarious, posting stuff trying to make Romeca look bad. And we all know that Carlos told him to do it. And how do we know that Carlos likely told him to do it and gave him the footage? It's because Carlos is the one who recorded the footage. Okay, in the videos, you clearly see him recording Romeca, or you hear him. You don't see him because he's off camera, but you hear him talking to her. So how did Quadri get that footage unless Carlos gave it to him? Now, Quadri also says, told y'all go back and look at the post I made about the auntie. She throw rocks and hide her hand. Now that Roro, and he's talking about Romeca, now that Roro gone, she not taking no accountability amid and the role she played in it. Okay, embedding certain BS into the nieces and daughters, helping further the toxic situation. Okay, and then says touched by this is being prayed for. God got his hands on y'all. That's what Carlos posted. Then La Leslie said to him, really? Romeca gone. She ain't coming back. Are you thinking about your son? Come on, this is real. And then Carlos replies to her, y'all trying to take him from me. Lil Loso was with me every day. This ish hurt. Well, he should have thought about that before he allowed Holly to kill Romeca. Okay. And then Quadri says, you realize it's always going to be somebody that hates you for what you do. It's going to be people who love you for what you do. You just got to keep doing you. Okay. Now, he basically was posting this in response to people going in on him about posting those videos. Then he says, I'm going live for real. Finna clear all this ish up. Clean up my friend list, block a few accounts. Okay, and then hold in there with me. He goes on to say, can I set a live to friends only? MFs keep making fake pages, think they finna gang up and take the love down. This finna go up. Crime scene footage. And then he says, quit adding me as a friend just to talk ish. Get your weird ace on. Okay, then he says, I'm not listening to no fake ass community activists. Y'all allow fake ish to get out and sit at the end of the day. Y'all claiming peace and this, and peace that, and y'all be the main reason ish still going on in our city. Fake ass big homies. I'm sick of ninjas mad at me, and y'all get on these cameras and put on fronts like y'all real ninjas. News flash. F the streets. That ish been police tied. That ish been police that F been, I don't know what he's, hold on, does this even make sense? Hold on. That ish been police tired of these fake gangsters to the internet. We ass city to ain't nobody lace. This ish flooded with a fake ish. Do you all hear how incomprehensible he sounds? Like, what is he even saying? Fake peacemaking ace ninjas refuse to listen to any ninjas. I won't say some real ish, turn around and pull some fake ish. He's clearly not that smart. Okay, now this is a post he made trying to scare and intimidate people because people have been, going in on him and everything, and he doesn't know who some of these people are, and he claims that some of them have fake accounts. I don't think they're fake accounts. They probably just have a name that he doesn't recognize or whatever. But he's trying to make them think that he has a tech person who's going to find out who they are. First of all, Quadri, we all know you're broke as hell. Okay, that's why you're desperate to try to put out these videos to get clicks and views, and so he can get monetized. But basically, he's acting like he's got some tech person going to find it all out. Sitting here at the library laughing with my tech guy just gave me all the paperwork on y'all IP addresses, and we pulled every name and address. Y'all thought y'all were smart with the fake pages. See, but what y'all don't know is I'm not the average guy. If you really was smart, you would have also downloaded a VPN to change the actual IP address that links your phone. Okay, that links your phone. Pings your address, and I can automatically get your real name from public records. Taking all of that to a lawyer, and we finna get some of this legal money. See all the threats, indirect threats, wishing death upon me, saying gay things that's not true, trying to slander my character. And what was so bad about it, y'all was a part of Romeca Blackmon's family. So some of y'all don't have ties and was just It was just people that don't like me. Some of y'all was family. I will be getting a nice check with this big stack of formation. He didn't say information. He just said of formation. Clearly illiterate. Okay. See, when you do things on the internet, you have to be smart. Okay, your job, home, and regular life can be affected. I'm safe from the things I have posted on the internet because everything I'm posting is truth. These are real victims that was speaking out against y'all. So you in more trouble with all of that. Going into public records to use them for malicious activity is illegal. Is illegal off back. Okay, that's why they tell. He sounds real crazy. Like I can guarantee you that he doesn't have any tech person find out anybody's IP addresses, and nor does anyone care if he did. These people haven't said anything wrong, and nobody's threatening him. They're just going in on him. The only thing they're threatening is that he can be in trouble too if they find out that he had anything to do with it. Okay, before with the planning of it all. Now he says. If you gonna do something to a MF, don't come to the internet with it because it always fall back. Y'all got money, right? I need that. Be expecting to hear from me. You can't mess with nobody that's releasing real information. I'm not in a gang. I'm not considered a snitch neither because I'm doing this for a good cause. I don't care about backlash, but I'm smart. Thanks for the advice I got from an actual lawyer, and that's 6612 South Justine address that was posted is in fact a false address given out. So somebody tried to dox him, and he's claiming that's not even his real address. But since y'all though you outed, I think he meant thoughts clearly. Okay, but since y'all thought you added an MF from your real page, you're gonna go to jail. So you is really dumb, laughing my A off. Okay, Taylor Port, thanks for some of that weekly check. The amount I'ma sue your for, you'll probably need to start saving for back rent, honey. Do you all hear this clown? This dude is literally a whole clown. Okay, please pay attention. Then he says, this is all Quadri Sanford's stupid self. He says, and don't delete the pages now. It's too late. And look how he spelled two, T-O instead of T-O-O. So dumb. Okay, it's too late. My tech guy been working since day one. I knew the magnitude, and look how he spelled magnitude of this case, but I'm not so worried. Okay, I'm a retired street guy who gets the urge to be on at, but I went legal a long time ago. I hope y'all know, this is what Stacy says. I hope y'all know that y'all doing what y'all doing with these fake pages, because once the DA and the FBI get involved, I guarantee you they're going to know who's behind these fake pages and definitely will be going to a grand jury and identify of these fake pages. They will be exposed. People better tread lightly, whatever y'all trying to put out, or whatever the situation may be, to make whoever look bad. I hope you know what you're doing behind these fake pages. I promise you, this is nationwide. You don't think the DA and the FBI is coming for whoever is behind this mess? They say Holly has a degree or some kind of criminal justice. I pray who's behind these fake pages, she's letting y'all know how the justice system works. They will find out who's behind these pages. I just left dealing with a grand jury case. Trust me, they will bring up everything that's related to this case. Now, that's one of Quadri's friends who's trying to defend him, because clearly, again, even if the pages are fake, nobody has said anything, at least from not what I've read, nobody has said anything, dangerous. Nobody has really threatened him. Except for maybe that guy, DiCarlo, whatever his name was. And he was talking to Carlos, not Quadri. Okay, so then he says, okay, we already read that one. Now, Travel Island, this was posted on her page, says, yup, and only her and Carlos at the time were the only people made a statement. So that's why she was let go. They claimed self-defense because Holly popped up on him. Okay, then Miss Tina need a lawyer and get surveillance from the school. This will turn around. God have the final say. Now, Miss Tina, that is Romeca's mother. Then they're saying it's an ongoing investigation. What is being done about the 4 witnesses at the scene? She has talked to several news outlets, including the local ABC News in Chicago. She isn't hard to find. I saw another witness on the Naja Hall show. She gave an account of what happened. Come on, Chicago PD. I will post that number tomorrow. Please call. Okay, somebody says I ain't going for no self-defense. She cannot even try that. Okay, she cannot even try to say that, because how she just show up like that, nothing about it was self-defense. The way she just show up like that, it's still called premeditated murder. No way around it. And this is Holly faking the funk, trying to act like she's on a whole vacation. Now, this was recently posted a few hours ago. 1 mansion, 8 bedrooms, fun times. So are we supposed to think that she's literally out having a good time? Like, girl, sit down somewhere. That's probably an old picture. And then here's the one with the house. This is the one I was looking for. So y'all hiding at Low Sister house? Lock them the F up. Okay, they blocked out something right here, and then it says they hiding at Laquita Smith house, and then they blocked this out and it says that's Carlos' sister, and here's the residence right here. Now that's when Carlos got ticked off, apparently, because after this was posted, that's when he got back online and started talking about ain't nothing positive being posted, all this issue negative. Okay, and so that all being said, I find it all very interesting, and then here's the sad thing. Is Romeca at one point in time loved Carlos so much, you could tell it was obvious, and to see the way he has done her, this is them in happier times. Little did she know he was a whole snake. Now there is a case very similar to the case of Quadasia Holly Johnson. And this person got exactly what they had coming to him, and I believe that Holly's going to get the same. Okay, so I'm going to show that in just a second. Now, Greta says, remember, you heard it here first. Queen said this was a whole setup, not self-defense. I sure did, beloved. Thank you. Okay, now let's check out this case, because as I said, this is a case of a woman by the name of Quadasia Johnson, not to be confused with Quadasia Holly Johnson. But this woman shot her boyfriend and said, oh, it's going to be self-defense. She said all this before she did it, mind you. Oh, it's going to be self-defense. What about if I have to shoot him in self-defense? I'm licensed to carry. She thought that was going to let her get away with murder. She didn't get away with it, and neither will Holly.
What's the difference?
You can go ahead and go in the house and place the baby down.
Yeah. We do it. You tried to come out here when you were like she was going to be a bowl or something. Yeah, tomorrow you done. I'm getting a shower. What's next? You don't have no residency here. I'm confused.
Do you need anything else?
He said I'm going to get my ass up tonight. So when I shoot him for self-defense, then what? Because I'm licensed. So if I shoot him in my residency, because he's sitting here putting his hands on me for the second time, then what? I'm held accountable? You hear this, right? You heard what he just said? I'm going to get my ass beat tonight. So when I shoot him, after I done called the cops and did everything I was supposed to do.
Just make sure you can articulate
what's
going on.
I can. I'm showing you.
You better really be able to articulate that.
I can. This is my household. He have no residency, nothing.
Make sure you read up on it and make sure you can articulate when it comes to
I've done that. I did that before I got my license.
Okay.
The officer's decision to leave at this pivotal time would prove to be a crucial turning point. The prosecution would later argue that the officers were justified in leaving because they saw no immediate danger, just a quarreling couple who needed to cool off. The defense, however, would paint a far more disturbing picture. They argued the officers had abandoned a domestic violence victim despite clear warning signs, her multiple 911 calls, her documented fears of assault, and her repeated pleas for protection. The defense would later emphasize how Quadasia had even warned the officers about potential violence, yet they still left. What happened in the next 4 minutes after their departure became one of the most contested aspects of the case. According to later court documents, an argument continued inside the home. but accounts of what followed differed dramatically. The prosecution claimed Quenisha had acted with calculation, deliberately going to her car to retrieve both a metal tire iron and her gun before returning to confront DeMonte. The defense maintained she only got these weapons after the situation escalated further, fearing for her safety after previous assaults. The metal tire iron would become a crucial piece of evidence in reconstructing these events. Prosecutors said she struck him with it before shooting, pointing to this as proof of premeditated violence, and even pointing to DeMonte's own dying words to the officers.
Wait a minute. I need to do the thing first, bro. Hurry up, Did she shoot you? Yeah, before I die.
Paramedics rushed DeMonte to Emory-Hillendale Medical Center, working desperately to save him. Despite their efforts, the single gunshot wound to his chest proved fatal. DeMonte Smith was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. Back at the scene, officers immediately placed Quenisha in handcuffs and led her to the back of a police van. The state would pursue the most serious charges possible, charging her with malice murder and felony murder. If found guilty, she would face the prospect of life behind bars.
You going with her? You going with her?
We're gonna go up to the same building, okay?
Give mommy a kiss. Give mommy a kiss. You going with her?
Okay.
It's okay. Give mommy a kiss. She not. She gonna tell. She a big girl. She got this. Give mommy a kiss. No, you're not gonna cry. Okay. You're not gonna be without them.
Quenisha Johnson would eventually stand trial in August 2023, 9 months after DeMonte's death. As the trial began in DeKalb County Superior Court, prosecutors called their first witness, DeMonte's ex-girlfriend. Her testimony revealed a crucial detail. She told jurors that DeMonte had asked her to order him an Uber from Quenisha's house. Phone records confirmed that the rideshare vehicle was already en route when the shooting occurred, suggesting DeMonte had planned to leave the situation entirely.
A great person. He always laughing, caring, very oriented, always laughing, joking. He was just a great person.
Following the ex-girlfriend's glowing character testimony, the defense revealed a very different side to DeMonte. The jury would hear about an extensive criminal record, including an arrest just 4 months before his death in July 2022. The charges included possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony and possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. More damaging still, at the time of that arrest, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office had active warrants out for charges of stalking and probation violation. This history of violence and criminal behavior
felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Quenisha Johnson, guilty of voluntary manslaughter. As to count 3, aggravated assault, family violence, we, the jury, find the defendant, Quenisha Johnson, guilty. As to count...
May I have your attention? This is Major Stanton with the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office. All clear. You may return to normal activities. May I have your attention? May I have your attention? This is Major Stanton with the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office. All clear. You may resume your normal activities.
As to count 4, aggravated assault, family violence, we, the jury, find the defendant, Quenisha Johnson, guilty. As to count 5, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, we, the jury, find defendant, Quenisha Johnson, guilty. As to count 6, cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, we, the jury, find the defendant, Quenisha Johnson, guilty. As to count 7, cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, we, the jury, find the defendant, Quenisha Johnson, guilty.
Thank you. And is that signed and dated by you as the foreperson?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
If you would have...
May I have your attention? This is Major Sanchez within the County Sheriff's Office. All clear. You may resume your normal activities. You may return to your work area.
What you handed to the deputy sheriff so it can be passed to the state and to defense.
Okay, so you all see how that turned out, right? You all see how that all turned out for her, right? So let's talk about this case. Let's talk about this case and see if we can understand why she was found guilty. Okay, this happened in Lithonia, Georgia, August 29th of 2023. This was reported. Now it says defendant sentenced to 20 years to serve 10 in confinement and then granted appeal bond. Okay, so DeKalb County District Attorney Sherry Boston announces a conviction by jury trial in the murder case against a Lithonia woman accused of shooting and killing the father of one of her children while the children were inside her home. Jurors returned guilty verdicts Friday against Quenisha Nicole Johnson, age 30, on charges of voluntary manslaughter, 2 charges of aggravated assault, family violence, 2 counts of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Now, according to the investigation, defendant Johnson called 911 on November the 27th of 2022 to ask for a police escort to her home to Edenbury Lane in Lithonia. The night before, defendant Johnson had gone out clubbing with her friends and left her 3 children with Deontay Smith, age 29, the father of Johnson's youngest child. Smith expected defendant Johnson to be home at 6 a.m., and when she did not return, he called her several times. Mr. Johnson was worried because defendant Johnson had called him earlier in the night and said she and her friends had been in a physical altercation with other people at the club. Smith called some of defendant Johnson's family members, who also became worried because Johnson's phone was off. They all called local hospitals and jails to try to locate defendant Johnson. At around 9 a.m., defendant Johnson turned her phone back on. She was clearly out hoeing. That's what it sounds like, okay? And she turns her phone back on and saw text messages from Smith. She called her family members who conference called Smith into the conversation. Smith was angry and threatened to hit defendant Johnson when she got home. When defendant Johnson returned to the house about 2 hours later, one of the DeKalb County police officers who responded instructed her to place her gun in her car. She told the officer there were no other weapons inside the home. Mr. Johnson came outside where he and defendant Johnson argued in front of officers. The police officers tried to resolve the dispute, but reported that defendant Johnson continued to talk over them and was combative with them. The officers sent defendant Johnson and Smith inside the house to calm down. Now, as she walked inside, defendant Johnson asked the officers what would happen if she shot Smith in self-defense and told them that she had already looked up the self-defense law. Now, I want you all to pay attention because this is a woman who did exactly what Holly Johnson did. Okay, Greta said 20 years, what a shame. It's not a shame. She should have gotten the 20 years. Are you serious, beloved? You don't think that she was guilty? She didn't have to kill that man. First of all, when the police got there, he hadn't put any hands on her. Now, he did say he was going to over the phone, but he didn't do it. People say things out of anger all the time. Okay? People say things out of anger all the time. Now, with that all being said, goes on to say that she told them that she looked up the self-defense law. That lets me know she was planning it. Okay, she was already planning it, looking into stuff, and that's the same thing Holly Johnson did. Now, the officers remained on scene and planned to give the pair a few minutes to cool off before trying again to mediate. Before that could happen, defendant Johnson came back outside, grabbed a metal tire iron and her gun from her car, and went back into the house. She directed one of her children to call 911 and say that Smith had hit her. Okay, do y'all hear this? She lied. She told her child to call 911 and say that that man hit her. So let's not jump to conclusions about whether he was guilty or not. Let's get the facts first, because women do lie. Now, with that all being said, defendant Johnson claims that Smith hit her in the head. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Defendant Johnson hit Smith in the head with a tire iron and then shot him. Now, if you already hit the man in the head with a tire iron, did you really need to shoot him too? The gunshot can be heard on the 911 recording, as well as defendant Johnson repeatedly saying bye to Smith. Even as he's dying, he's telling her bye. Okay, Smith went outside to find the police officers and told them, she hit me in the head with a metal thing and then shot me. Hurry before I die. Then he unfortunately collapsed. Officers took defendant Johnson into custody. In an interview at police headquarters, she admitted Smith had never actually hit her that day. She was lying. Okay, she was lying. All right, and see how some of you in the chat jumped to conclusions before you even got all the details, just thinking that this man put hands on this woman. Some of these women be out here lying, and y'all should know that by now. That's why when they say believe all women, miss me with it. Okay, some women lie just like everybody else. All right, now she took this man's life. That's why she's guilty, and lied and put her child in the lie. Told the child to go call 911 and say that he hit her when he didn't. She's exactly where she needs to be. And I think she should have gotten more than 20 years, matter of fact. But let's continue. So, with that all being said, they took her into custody, and in an interview at police headquarters, she admitted Smith had never actually hit her that day. Investigators later discovered Smith had requested a ride share to leave the house, but was shot and killed just minutes before it was scheduled to arrive. So the witness, who was his ex-girlfriend on the stand that testified that she sent the ride share, you know why that girl probably killed him? She was probably mad and jealous that he was leaving and had actually called his ex to send him the ride share. That's probably why she killed him. Because what reason did she really have? He wasn't threatening her. He wasn't doing anything. Okay, he may have said on the phone that he was gonna beat her or whatever for staying out all night, but he never did it. So, with that all being said, during a sentencing hearing, the state requested defendant Johnson be sentenced to 25 years in prison and 5 on probation based on the brutal nature of the crime. DeKalb County Superior Court Judge Shondina Morris sentenced defendant Johnson to 10 years of confinement, split between 5 in prison and 5 more under house arrest, with an additional 10 on probation. Judge Morris also sentenced defendant Johnson under the First Offender Act. Okay, now if she hadn't been a first offender, she probably would have gotten more time than that. Now, the state requested that the defendant be taken into custody immediately upon being found guilty of killing Smith. Defendant Johnson, however, will not yet begin her sentence because the judge granted her an appeal bond over the state's objection. Judge Morris ordered Johnson to be placed on house arrest while her attorney appeals her conviction. Honey, they should have locked her up. The judge clearly felt, gave her some leniency because she was a female. The case assigned to the district attorney's domestic violence and sexual assault unit was prosecuted by senior assistant district attorney Farhan Shaw, with assistance from senior ADA Jennifer Sacco. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, that is a very sad story. Okay, Israelite said she got less time because he was black. Well, that's probably true too, beloved. That's probably absolutely true too. Okay, so now with that all being said, let's go to this video let's go to Carlos's page first, and then we're going to go to a video from Jaleesa Knows page, where they're talking about the situation between Carlos and Romeca. Okay, these are all the posts from when he came back online. He starts posting all this stuff, trying to act like he's such a good dad. I find it also interesting. The same supposedly good father who allowed the other baby mom to kill his son's mother. At the end of the day, if he was really a good man, he would have never allowed them to get into a beef, because he was the one that sparked the period. Now he's out here posting pictures of him and Romeca. He posted this yesterday. Okay, so now let's go to Jaleesa's page. What is the mother talking? Let's see what the mom's saying.
But anything else, I have not heard. No one that's reached out to me. No one that said anything to me. And I think it's unfair for no one not to talk to me, because I'm supposed to be able to get questions, answers, ask you questions and get answers. You know, everybody wants to keep saying, Holly, Holly, Holly. Holly, why would you call DCFS on Romeca if Romeca messing with you so much? Holly, you picked with my baby. You did this all the time to her.
Ms. McMillan, did Romeca have restraining orders against Holly and Carlos?
I knew Carlos. I don't know about Holly,
okay,
but I knew it was Carlos.
She had one against Carlos. Okay.
You know, because he kept harassing her. Her co-workers came to my house yesterday, and she literally said, I asked her, I said, did Carlos ever come up there harassing Romeca? She said, all the time. This is what he was doing. He said she said Romeca used to park her car 5 blocks away almost and walked to work so he wouldn't see her car there. Because she moved. She changed her number. She didn't want nothing else to do with him. So only way he knew to find her at was the school or her work.
My God. And even with this shooting on the school grounds, I could not understand, Ms. McMillan, why there was no charge even for that.
I couldn't either, because you have, this is me. You have a 6-month baby in a car. Regardless if you get concealed to carry, you are not supposed to have a weapon in a car with a kid. You are by school grounds. You are not supposed to have a weapon that close to a school where kids are involved. She violated in so many ways. She violated the Safe School Act. She endangered her child while you're calling on Romeca's DCFS. You endangered your child. Why DCFS is not on you for endangering your child? It's not right. It's senseless to me. My grandson is finally saying every morning, Mommy, Grandmommy, Grandmommy, I miss my mommy so much. I miss my mommy so much. The bonding relationship that Romeca and this baby had, no one can fill those shoes. No one. It was just amazing. Oh, it was the mother. He just jump all over her, kiss all over her, tell her, Mommy, I love you, I love you, I love you. But
Absolutely heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. And listen to what she said when she said that Holly called DCFS on Romeca. What is she calling Child Protective Services on Romeca for? She doesn't know what's going on with Romeca, but it's obvious Romeca's not abusing or neglecting her son. So she was just an ish starter because she was a whole hater and she was jealous and she wanted to destroy Romeca's life. Okay, Romeca had so much going for herself. Okay, working 2 jobs, being a good mother, and going to school to become an RN. Holly was clearly jealous. Okay, she didn't have anything going for herself. But anyway, let's continue. And here's another tidbit of information. So they're also reporting that Holly is no longer allowed to see her own child. Okay, she's not even allowed to see her own son now with her stupid self because of the fact that she did this heinous crime while her child was in the back seat of her car. And here's the thing. This is the more reason why when she got into it with Romeca, she should have just gotten in her car. She ran to the car to get the gun. She should have gotten in that car and driven off. Now, some people lied and said Romeca had them blocked in. She didn't have them blocked in. Okay, they pulled up on the side. Holly literally pulled up on the side of Romeca. So she had ample room to move and leave if she wanted to. She was not in the same car as Carlos. He was in his truck. Okay. At the end of the day, his truck was in front of Romeca. Both of them could have left. Romeca is the one who could not leave. Because according to the witness, Romeca was standing between her car door as if she was about to get into the car when Carlos started slamming the car door on her. Okay, her and Carlos got into an altercation. Someone called 911. And then someone called 911 again because Holly and Romeca got into it. That's when Carlos grabbed Romeca in the headlock. Holly took off running and said, "Oh, watch me shoot you. Watch me shoot you. I'm going to get my gun." Carlos says she's going to get her gun. And he's holding Romeca in this headlock until Holly comes back with the gun. Then he lets Romeca go. And then Holly shoots her at close range in the face, directly in the face, in the side, and in the thigh. And by the way, I don't know if you all know this, if I forgot to tell you or not, but also the day of the incident, Carlos left the scene, went home and changed clothes, because he was covered in blood. He was literally covered in blood. So he left the scene, went home, changed clothes, came back to the school, and literally tried to get his son. Yeah. He tried to go and pick up the son. I guess because he knew that once the grandmother got him, that they were not going to let him anywhere near that little boy, as they shouldn't. Okay, as they shouldn't. That's Romeca when she was a baby. There is nothing on earth that can replace the love of a mother. Okay, so sad. But let's continue because I want you all to hear some of this video. A baby daddy will have you thinking the mother of his child is a clown. The whole time she's a boss and he's a bum. When the internet don't care about the hot topic anymore, it's still a family out there grieving. It's still a son without a mother. No more kisses from his mommy. No more outing with his mommy. No 8th grade graduation with his mommy. No high school graduation with his mommy. Mommy can't see him drive his first car. Y'all don't feel the pain that the family is feeling. Some of y'all may genuinely care. Some just see it as entertainment. But this ain't no Lifetime movie or Tubi movie. This is a real life nightmare to the family and mainly her son. It absolutely is. Okay, it absolutely is. They mad because they can't figure out how you're still being blessed after they lied and put a whole team to go against you. Okay, here's the video right here. So we're going to listen to some of this about 15 minutes or so because it's like an hour and 47 minutes. We're only going to listen to like the first 15 minutes.
Come on off your phone. Please. Yeah, because I can use that. Thank you.
Get in and let's go. Okay, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I first wanted to say, just like everybody else on the internet, I'm sending my condolences to y'all, but y'all already know that. And I told y'all that since they telling y'all that y'all need to be silenced, I got the platform, I got the reach, and we gonna use it. So I wanted y'all to, tell everybody on the internet a little bit about Romeca, because I'm seeing the videos, I'm seeing how everybody trying to paint this picture, that picture. It keep muting y'all. I don't know why, love, but you know. I just want to know a little bit about Romeca herself versus what the internet is saying. And I feel like everybody really want to know, to be honest. Your phone done muted again, boo. Gotta make sure you
I don't
keep
know why I
muted.
keep doing that.
I don't know
So
either.
Romeca is one of the babies of our family. She a good mother. She went to Central State. Her and my little sister. She always been like real like people and family oriented. Beautiful spirit, beautiful smile. Everybody know her for that smile. You know. Mm-hmm. They
So
know
how
her
did her
from
and
her.
Los meet? Do you know? Like, how did they meet?
When I found out, because I went to grammar school with Los. I went to grammar school with him, so I've been knowing Los my whole life. Well, since I was in grammar school, we went to Gillespie, and then he went to CVS, and I went to Hyde Park. Somehow they met at a party, from my understanding. When I found that they met, I told Los out my own mouth, that's my blood little cousin. Like, for real, I never knew that. He met my mom and them before I even ever introduced him to my mom and them. So
Okay, so what?
he been around.
This is my question because on my TikTok, this is where it all started at. I had posted those videos to TikTok. And then I posted them here because I'm like, maybe the family will see it here. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah, because all my mama and them, girl, they older. They don't got all the
I already know.
stuff
So
that
I'm
we
like,
got.
I'm like, I
we
want to
more
talk
in
to the
tune than they
mama.
is.
Yeah. So okay, this is my thing. I got a question because a lot of people got it misconstrued saying that she wasn't supposed to be at the school, this, that, and the third. Do y'all know what led up to what
That's a
happened on
lie.
the 8th?
Romeca dropped her own baby off at school.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So from the witness, Holly was already there. And I know you said y'all had seen the video, right?
Yeah, we seen the video.
From the video that you saw, did what the witness say is that actually what happened?
See, on the video, the one video we seen, it only showed Romeca and Los having a little dispute or whatever.
So when she called about domestic violence, battery, the
It was
first
about
call, that's
them.
what y'all
Yes,
saw.
the first call
Okay.
that you gave me
Mm-hmm.
that was on Romeca and Los, not Holly and Romeca.
That's what I need everybody to understand. Romeca and Holly never fought. They never met before this day. They met.
Now pay attention. She said Romeca and Holly never fought. They never met before that day. Namasi says, always everything good after one expires. I bet if family had supported and expressed that kind of admiration, she would more than likely still be here. The family has nothing to do with the fact that she's not here, beloved. The fact is, the matter is, Carlos and Holly had a plan and they carried that plan out, okay, with military precision. That's what this is, okay? They took every everything that they did, they planned it for Romeca's demise. The family had nothing to do with it. And the family did. If you go back and look at previous videos I've shown or other videos that other people have shown, or go look at the TikToks, the family's Facebook, they always were there for Romeca. They always supported her. Everybody loved her. She had a wealth of support. That's why her mother right now has the child. Okay, the family was always supportive of her. That had nothing to do with it. What could they have done? Holly and Carlos went up to that school. They already had planned to take her life, and that's what they did. We can't blame the family for that. This is all on Holly and Carlos. I don't understand why anyone would blame the family.
They never
over
met.
the
They
phone.
only had words over the internet and over the phone. The first time Romeca even found out about that girl called my cousin and said she left the fucking robe in Lo's closet.
Basically trying to let her know she was around.
Like, I'm fucking your nigga. You know how
Yeah.
females be
Yeah.
trying to be.
Yeah.
And see, that's what I was telling you all. Holly, you could tell that she was jealous and bothered by Romeca because no one's ever said that Romeca was calling her, trying to make her upset. She was the one because she knew Romeca was the main one and she was like the side chick, okay? He was with Romeca first. He was with Romeca for 10 years. Now, with that all being said, Hollywood do little stuff like that. She's calling Romeca, trying to tick her off, trying to provoke her. Oh, I left my robe in its closet. Oh, I was at your man's house, and all this stupid stuff. Then calling DCFS on Romeca about her son when everybody knows that she treated her son with such love and care and was a nurturing mother. But this woman was sowing seeds of discord. She was just so angry and bitter. And we all know that because, like I said, that's why she shot Romeca in the face.
Want to be seen, want to be heard.
Want to be seen, want to be heard.
Okay. So I saw from Romeca TikTok, because if everybody got a brain and, you know, before you hop on the internet and you leaving comments and stuff and you go look, from Romeca TikTok, her baby, how old is Holly baby?
Holly baby just made 6 months.
So he spent Christmas with Romeca. They was matching, all kind of things. So this is my thing. Where did Holly come in at? Like, do y'all know where she came in at?
Girl, I don't know.
Because I don't see where she came. I'm not being funny. This is just using my frontal lobe. I don't see where she came in at. You get what I'm saying?
I don't either, but I know he ended up telling Romeca about the baby because people was telling her about he had another baby on the way. That boy been with my cousin 10, almost 11 years.
That's what I'm knowing. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm trying to figure out. It muted you again. Just press the microphone at the bottom. I'm just trying to figure out where she came from. And in order for it to be a restraining order, because they said Holly had one on Romeca. Is that true?
They said she do. We don't know.
Because I'm trying to figure out how is it self-defense if you had a restraining order, but you at her baby's school. It muted you.
I'm trying to call my phone. Everybody keep calling me.
But how is it that she had a restraining order, but it's self-defense and you at that lady baby school?
We don't know how she got a restraining order.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Rashid said Carlos was obsessed with Romeca. Holly was a pick-me girl. They're the most dangerous kinds. Yes, they absolutely are, beloved. They absolutely are the most dangerous kinds because they'll do anything and everything and stop at nothing to get what they want. Okay? That's what they'll do. And she probably thought when she got pregnant that was just going to be the end of Romeca and Carlos and she'd have them all to herself. Okay? Because who's getting pregnant by somebody else's man? Okay? You got to be desperate. All right? And that's clearly what Holly was.
You know, that's what I was trying to tell you. Women out here would lie. You know that receipt they was trying to say our whole family crazy and got restraining order. This same incident just happened with me for the last 2 years. It happened with me with my soon-to-be ex-husband and another female. That girl went to every police station she could and lied on me. That girl went and made fake police reports. See, the police need to start before they put order protections on the people. They need to do their investigation. Because somebody could go to the police and lie and say, "Oh, you did this to me," or "This person did this to me," and they could get an order of protection just off that. The police don't even investigate. I fought a case for 2.5 years.
That's what I was trying to say.
Same shit.
That's
a motherfucker could go to the police station. I could go to the police station and lie on you right now and say you threatening me.
Nah, for real. And I would have a warrant. That's what I know. That's what I'm saying. So is it okay now that we got the 20,000 signatures? What's next with that? Like, what's next?
I heard you. We trying to get 100K signatures. We trying to get everybody involved. We trying to get the governor, state's attorney, police, everybody involved, because we feel that the petition, if we get to 100K signatures on the petition, that's going to help us with this case. Like, the petition is to raise awareness and get more people to sign it.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep pushing and make sure.
So we can get justice for my cousin because she didn't deserve that. And if any woman ever been in domestic violence, they know what a triangulation is.
And that's
when a man lying to one woman, and when a man lies to one woman and then he lying to the other woman.
And that's what it was. You could tell from the videos. That's why I said they thinking
like they tried to put all them videos out of my cousin.
It was proving the point.
trying to assassinate her character. No, Romeca was nothing like that. Romeca was, everybody loved her. If you ask anybody about her, they're gonna tell you how much people loved and messed with her. She wasn't one of them type of people. Romeca didn't stay in no drama. Now, don't get me wrong. She know how to fight. We all know how to fight. We used to fight our boy cousins growing up. Like, come on. So I know ain't nobody perfect, but they ain't gonna assassinate her character or try to make it look like she was just the aggressor. Everything that y'all seen was a reaction.
That's what I said. It was reaction.
It was a fucking reaction.
People don't understand that he cut the camera on when she started talking. You didn't hear him say nothing, which means he had already said all that he needed to say. He was getting a reaction.
So he trying to, you know how men do. They play the role. They will play that role. They will play that fucking role.
Narcissistic men.
Yes, narcissistic men.
Narcissistic
that plays
men.
both roles. Who couldn't control the situation and he couldn't control the love he had for my cousin. And that
Holly
made that girl jealous.
She wanted him to herself. That's why she had no problem joining in with that. She ain't never want to make friends with Romeca or
she
you got his baby.
She wanted her. You know what it is? A female, like you know the conversation we had, and I'm gonna say a female will see the life that you living with a man and swear up and down it's him doing everything. And whole time it don't be the nigga.
Whole time it's the female that's bringing the lifestyle.
If females are lie and females, these motherfucking females is crazy. You could go to the police station and make a false police report and get somebody locked up, have them fighting for their motherfucking life or something, and then once the truth come out, it's just you're not guilty. The shit I was just happened.
So I was
these females is crazy, and I be seeing that they think once they see a man doing something for a woman, they think it's the man. The whole time it be the woman. And then once they get the nigga and see, he ain't really doing everything see on the internet.
Somebody in the comments said, can you ask her, because this is something that I want you to clear up to. Can you ask her, was they at the baby school? Okay, because
yes, they were right in the middle of the street of the baby school. You can Google Maps.
You can Google
Chicago, Illinois. It will show you.
Like, I'm like, y'all, please stop with that, okay? She was at the school dropping her son off. That is what happened. They met her at the school. That girl was already there waiting on her. They knew what she was going to do. She had posted on the internet, sometimes you just got to kill people. She knew what she was about to do. She knew. We not going to...
You said Quadre. Somebody said Quadre said... Los Ben said he was never with that girl.
And she knew she was never going to get chose. Anyway, I hate that, and that's the bad part about it. Females do so much for these men, and the men don't even want them for real.
Okay.
So, as far as like an attorney, is there anything that we could do, like as the people, to help as far as
right now? We trying to find an attorney right now to take on the case. My auntie, she does so distraught. She has not been able to sleep or eat. She under stress, a lot of stress. You know what I'm saying? I just want everybody to send their prayers for her because she needed the most. Her siblings needed the most. Her son needed the most. Them. Once everybody get over this, them are the people that's still gonna be hurting. Her family, her son, her siblings. We want justice for her. We don't give a fuck how nobody feel. I'm not about to keep arguing with people on the internet. I'm not gonna be quiet every day. I'm not gonna argue with people no more. My auntie asked me not to argue with people no more. So I'm not gonna do that no more. But I am gonna speak every day about justice for Romeca because too many women go through this shit on a daily basis and are silenced about it. They are silenced about it. Domestic violence is real.
And this is just a prime example of triangulation, narcissism, manipulation, and being
and a man not being a man, a boy being a man. That's not a man, because a man would have told you. And women don't even know this. When a man tell you the truth, that make women like them more. Because guess what? You didn't take away my choice to still mess with you. I had a choice to either still mess with you or leave you alone. You gave it to me raw. Oh yeah, I'm with this person. You know what I'm saying? I got a family doing this. I got a family doing this. You know what I'm saying? Men play that role because you know why? They like that shit. That's come on,
Well,
go to
I'm
the
gonna call
potty.
you. I'm gonna call you tomorrow in the morning if I hear something new.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it right there, beloveds. I'm going to stop it right there. Okay, I hope they gave some clarity for the questions about whether or not it actually happened at the school, whether or not Romeca is the one who was dropping the son off, or whether or not it was Carlos and Holly. Okay, Carlos and Holly were not dropping the son off. Romeca dropped him off that morning. Romeca was inside the building laughing and talking with the principal. She was laughing and talking with the principal, and then came out, and minutes later was shot and lying on the ground. Okay, school officials were shocked and stunned. And that's likely why when Carlos came there thinking that he was going to get Little Los, they denied him access, okay, and told him no. All right, and he's not able to see the child right now. So I'm going to go to just a few videos from TikTokers, and then we're going to be out of here. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
This letter is to Carlos, aka Los Ole. And I waited a minute because you went silent. But I'm here as just a tiny voice in the crowd, speaking on behalf of Romeca, her legacy, her son, your son. You had a role in Romeca's life. You had a responsibility to her. Not just biologically, because y'all have a child, but morally, humanly, for someone that you have been with for almost 10 years. Your silence and distance has spoken loudly, but then you turn around, reactivate your page, and you want to cuss the internet out? Come on now, babes. You knew she was a mother, okay? A mother to your child. She woke up that day optimistic, believing in the day, poured love into y'all child, dropped him off to school. And I know, maybe she was a handful. Maybe. But we all know relationships have their issues and their problems. And it should never, ever, for 1 second, call for violence. Not at all. I'm pretty sure that day, Romeca thought it was going to be business as usual. Never for 1 second did she think that she wouldn't walk back through that door. Never for 1 second did she think that she would not be there after school to pick up her son. Do you think about that? Do you think about the fact that probably, because I'm a mother myself, and one of my worst fears is to leave my children. Your son needed his mother. He needed her. He needed her. And how do you feel knowing that you played a part in her demise? How do you look at your son? And so now I want to ask you, did Holly reach out to you today? Did you talk to her? How do you plan on keeping Romeca's legacy alive for your son? Can't help but wonder. Will you step forward and tell the truth of what happened that day, your roles included, every single thing leading up to that day? Will you be honest? because you had a lot to say on the internet, mad at everybody like we wasn't there. As a man, you should have stopped that shit. Period. And we not just demanding justice for Romeca, but we demanding it for her son, your son.
Okay, and now, like I told you all, Holly doesn't even have custody of her own child because she endangered her child by having him in the backseat of their car. And now he's with her family. She's not even allowed to go around him, not even for a visit. Isn't that something? I wonder how stupid she feels. Can't even go around your own child. And you see how karma is? Because this is the same woman that called DCFS on Romeca, trying to get Romeca's child taken away from her with false allegations. But now her child has been taken away from her because of actions that she did. I wonder how that feels. Okay, but let's continue.
Welcome back to another video, and in this video we have Carlos and Romeca. So Carlos decided to respond to this video right here, well, this picture right here, and he said, stalking is crazy to me. I didn't know her number or address. And on August the 20th, if y'all know what she did before she recorded me, y'all be like, for real? But more of the story, I went up to her job and told her boss on her because she posts to be on the clock. I love her, but she used to be on my ASS. Don't get me wrong, nobody is innocent in this situation. However, you told her boss on her to try to get her fired. Come on now. Now you're saying you love her, but you want her without a job and not being able to take care of your son. He then says, y'all goofy making cartoons and AI videos. This ain't for effing entertainment. Y'all keep that same energy, baby. And this is when the nerve just was like, what? What the? He said, y'all ain't let me breathe with nothing. I hate all you bees. Carlos. You could have stopped all of this shit, Carlos. So he said this about his son. He said his birthday is on the 28th in a couple of days. He don't need no donations if y'all let his father be in his life. I will pay for everything. He then posted a video. Well, he posted some pictures. I don't know why I keep saying a video, y'all, but he posted some pictures of him and his baby boy. And he said, not the baby, y'all, but I always say baby boy when it's the child. So Carlos Jr., I did everything for you. I ain't even brag about it or want credit. He said, your mom knows. And keep in mind, y'all, I went backwards, like I went straight down the page, but this was his first post. He was like, why y'all keep lying on this app, Jaleesa? And that's her cousin. That's Romeca's cousin. He tagged her. All right, y'all. So I went down the page and I seen that she did respond back. And this is what she had to say. She said, who's lying, Los? So Los said,
a lot of y'all trying to get clicks and views.
Jaleesa said, and you think we not? You bogus and wrong for all this. You could have prevented it. Simple. So Los says,
I ain't have her number, address, or nothing. She has to call someone else to get in contact with me because you know what she be on with me.
So then I scrolled down a little bit more and I'm like, they being too nice to him. Like, let this have it. Like, come on, y'all being a little bit too soft with this man. So, okay, Jaleesa was like, where was the love or sympathy then? She said, gee, she is gone. I don't give what you say. What about little Los? What about my auntie? She said, y'all still living. She not. How could you explain this to him? Okay, that's all I want to know, how he's going to be able to explain it to his son, because I would love to hear that. Okay, so then she says, you can't. What the F? But you could have did something to stop it, but you didn't. She then said, we know the truth, so stop trying to justify why my cousin is gone. On Kurt, you bogus. Okay, so Carlos proceeds to say, you're just good for talking on the internet, crazy, eh? He then said, you about 20 false narratives, and was you there?
You know, on the day of the killing, Carlos was basically busy trying to paint the narrative. He's been pretty much quietly trying to dictate the narrative since this all happened. Okay? In my opinion, he set the whole thing up, and then he has tried desperately to paint the narrative. The first thing he did, if you remember, was after the whole thing occurred, he got on the internet. Who gets on the internet after you just witnessed the mother of your child that you were with for 10 years murdered, laying on the ground bleeding out? But he gets on the internet and starts talking about throwing Holly under the bus. Okay, does Holly know this? Did she even see that post, or did he take it down? He's clearly taking it down because it's no longer on his page. Okay, at least not from what I've seen. But remember, he posted saying, "Oh, she never did like my baby. She always hated my baby. I'm so sorry, Meeks." That's what he said after he reposted the post that Holly made talking about sometimes you got to start killing MFs. So he was acting like Holly. He was telling it right there. I want you all to pay attention. When he posted that post of Holly saying days before the killing that sometimes you got to start killing MFs, when he shared that, wasn't he basically saying that Holly premeditated this? It was all planned. And then he said she always hated my baby. I'm so sorry, Meeks. He was trying to separate himself from the situation, from having any culpability and anything to do with it, putting it all on Holly like she came up with this whole plan. She never liked Romeca. And this is what she posted days ago. And now look what she's done. That's what he was on. Okay? But never mind, he was out there fist pumping her on the day that she shot her. This is diabolical work. But let's continue. I hope they both get exactly what they deserve.
So I told y'all that I was gonna go live on Facebook with the family. So me and JoJo, we got on live or whatever, and she made clarity to all the questions, everything that I had misconstrued by seeing videos on here, all of the things, right? Let me tell y'all something.
Now, I think this is the lady that was on the video that we just listened to on the Facebook page of Jaleesa No. Okay, I think that's the lady that was talking because they didn't really show their faces.
I always tell y'all that a narcissist hates to be exposed. A narcissist hate when you publicly embarrass them. That is one thing that they cannot accept. They will always come out of the cut when you doing that. Why Los reactivated his page just to tag JoJo in the status after calling her while we was on live, just to ask her why is she lying on the internet and saying that he was grieving and he missed his son. His son was with him every day. All of this stuff. You would not be grieving if you and that other woman had not came to that school. You would not be grieving had you left Romeca alone, had you let her move on in peace. You would not be grieving if y'all did not take shit too far. That was premeditated, no matter how you like to put it. And one thing I know about a narcissist is they are the hit dogs that always holler. You haven't said nothing on the internet until me and JoJo got to talking and we put it out there and everything started to make sense and you didn't like that. I can't stand a narcissistic man, but we gonna stay on you and Holly neck until y'all asses is in prison. Period. Justice for Romeca.
Okay, exactly. That part.
Carlos come online and said that he need to grieve. But how you grieving over the woman you stood over her body after your baby mother shot her and she's on the phone trying to save her ass? But Holly Johnson, I wonder, how do you feel as a woman now that your man is online grieving the woman that you killed? Okay, because that wasn't out of fear, baby. That was out of ego. That was out of jealousy. And that's why I say let it all work out, because Carlos is going to have a vendetta against Holly Johnson. The relationship will never be the same, okay? And then she may turn his back on him. She may end up turning his back on him because he's not the man that she thought he was, because he manipulated both sides of the situation. It's no reason that woman should have been that angry to pull out a gun and want to kill her son's brother, mother, because y'all are all connected. All right. And no matter what you say, Carlos, you can never convince anyone that you tried your best to de-escalate the situation. You are the man in the middle. You are responsible for Mika's life. You are responsible for Holly because you are the father of both of their children. You did not try hard enough. You actually liked that drama. I think you liked it, but you didn't know that your favorite baby mom was about to lose her life. And now your second baby mom, now she's seeing who the real favorite baby mama is. But if you love your son like you say you love him, you would get the justice that his mom deserves. And you tell the police the goddamn truth, because we know that's not the truth. Ain't Holly Johnson, ain't her birthday like April 7th? Let me tell you something. I got two best friends born on April 7th and April 8th. Neither one of them play. Neither one of what Aries do you know is going to allow you to play in their face, okay? Even if she didn't want to fight Romeca, she wasn't going to let Romeca play with her, right? So it's nothing innocent about Carlos. It ain't nothing innocent about Holly. But now you have to sleep in the bed that you made. But unfortunately, your son had to feel it too. You need to fix this. And you know what you have to do to fix this. You were the primary witness. You go and tell the police the God honest truth on how Holly really felt about Mika, or how this situation was premeditated. That was not no goddamn self-defense.
Well, I'm sure we all know that he is absolutely, unequivocally not going to do that. Okay, that's what he isn't going to do. He's not going to take any accountability. Okay, he's not going to admit that he was wrong at the end of the day, because he knows darn well that he and Holly planned this whole thing out. And since they both planned it, he's a conspirator. Okay, he didn't pull the trigger, but he is the catalyst for this whole situation. The one who brought Holly, or got Holly to meet him at the scene. Let's not forget they came in separate vehicles. Okay, he's the one that got Holly to meet him at the scene and do what she did. He didn't try to render any aid. He didn't even seem concerned. But now he's supposed to be sitting up here talking about he's grieving and he's the victim. No one will let him grieve and all of that. The bottom line is, why wasn't he grieving on the day that Romeca lost her life? Why was he on the internet trying to paint narratives so quickly rather than going to the hospital to see what happened? Okay, he called the mother and admitted that it was his fault, and which it was. So, but he's not going to tell the whole truth about what happened, because this was all planned by design. Like I said, the fact that he had to be in court, the fact that he had supposedly to be in court on the 8th of October with Romeca, and she was going to testify against him about domestic violence, and then conveniently she's dead on September the 8th, just a month prior. Yeah, that all just reeks of premeditated. And it also is a motive. Okay, now we all know that jealousy is a motive as well, but this is an even bigger motive. Okay, because he was literally going to go to jail if he was found guilty, and which he likely would have been, because this is something that was ongoing. There are many people that have said they've witnessed him putting hands on Romeca. Okay, so he's got all these other charges. Like I said, he was definitely going to jail, and he knew that. Okay, so what's the thing for him to do? What's the convenient thing for him to do? Well, just make sure that Romeca is not able to get to court and testify against him. Okay, and then also to get rid of her, because if he can have her, nobody else can. That's pretty much the gist of it. So anyway, it's a sad case all around, as far as I'm concerned. A very sad case all the way around. You know, prayers and condolences to the family. For those of you who haven't signed the petition, I did put the petition, the link to the petition in the chat. So please sign it to show support, and also so that they will definitely continue looking into this, and hopefully the family gets some measure of justice. The best thing would be Carlos and Holly being tried and convicted, okay? And being sentenced to at least 20 years. That's at the least. They definitely shouldn't get anything less than that as far as I'm concerned. Now, Carlos might get a little bit less, but who knows? At the end of the day, they both need to do time. Okay, what do you all think about it? And I have one more video that I'm going to show, and then we're out of here. Okay, Mel said Carlos set this all up. I absolutely believe it. I absolutely believe it. Okay. So anyway, I was thinking about going live again later on, you guys, because I really want to talk about that song that the racists did, talking about hanging people who look like me from trees. How many of you have heard that song? Once in the chat. Once in the chat, if you have heard that song with the white guy who clearly is culturally appropriating us, okay, because he's sitting there having somebody rapping on the song where he's talking about deleting people who look like me, hanging them from trees and all of that. Have y'all heard this foolishness? So you all are saying no. Okay, so you all haven't heard. Well, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. But because it's so late in the evening, I probably won't go live today again. I'll probably talk about it tomorrow, early tomorrow. Okay, so please make sure you tune in, because we got to have this discussion. All right. So with that all being said, let's go to this last video, and then I'm out of here.
So Carlos weighed in Khadijah Johnson are trying to spin this narrative like Romeca was the aggressor, but this is a post dated August 20th from a thread within her family, and I think they call her Mimi as well, Romeca. Her nickname is Meeks, and I think it's Mimi as well. And she said, "I'm tired, not finna keep being scared." I really and truly believe that when it's during your last days, I think that you feel everything that's going on around you. And she truly was living in her last days. This is so extraordinarily sad, you guys. They snuffed out this girl's life. How can you tell? Because she's no longer here. She was a part of this triangulation, but she's the only one that's not here. Carlos is still here, and Khadijah is still here. Their kids are still here. Everyone is still here except for Romeca. Was she probably aggressive? Was she a person that stood her ground? Yes. But this was a plot. They were just waiting for the right opportunity because they know, or they knew, that Romeca would pop off at any given time about hers, that given the right opportunity, they could just pew her and then say, guess what? It was what? Self-defense. This is not self-defense. This is what people do when they're trying to plot against you. This is what people do when they want to end it all for you. It's a crime and a shame that Illinois had this reputation. All charges were dropped. There were no charges, and the laws need to change. We need to contact the district attorney's office in that area. It needs to change.
Okay, so you all can see from there that Romeca was in fear of her life. All right. She said, "I'm tired of being scared." Okay. And that was August the 20th, just a couple of weeks before she died. Okay. Who was she scared of? Carlos, Holly, both? All right. They have been stalking and harassing her. That's exactly what they were doing. And that is also, in my opinion, why she moved, changed her phone number, parked her car 5 blocks away from her job, and chose to walk the distance. Okay. She probably could feel it in her spirit that something bad was going to happen. All right. So anyway, prayers and condolences for her family. You all, please be sure to sign the petition. Okay, so hopefully her family can get justice. I love you all to life. I hope you enjoy this beautiful day. Okay, enjoy your strong end, not your weekend, leaving you in a weakened state of mind. I will see you all on tomorrow because we're going to talk about that nefarious song. Okay, and how the people who claim to hate us so much have no problem, culturally appropriating our style, our swag, and everything else about us that they can muster. Okay, so with that all been said, enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat.
It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got